Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the Study English channel, a great place for those who want to learn English. Here you'll find fun and educational English stories. If you like the stories, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Now sit back and let's get into our story. The last step: never give up. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a young man named Steve Parker. Since childhood, he had one goal: to build his own business and make a name for himself through success. But life had never given him anything easily. Steve grew up in a poor family. His father passed away early, and his mother worked 2 jobs just to bring food to the table. Steve went to school during the day and washed dishes in restaurants at night. Sometimes, he even worked on construction sites. But deep inside, he always had a belief: one day, all this hard work would make sense. At night, when everyone else was asleep, Steve would open an old notebook. On the first page, it said, "One day I will make it. I'm still young, but my faith is strong." Years passed. Steve managed to save some money and decided that it was finally time to take a risk. He opened a small woodworking workshop. At first, everything looked promising. But then, no orders came in. People didn't trust him because he was too young. Even his friends said, "Steve, you've tried hard enough. Maybe it's time to stop." He smiled, but deep inside, he was heartbroken. That night, he sat alone in the dark, cold, silent workshop. The wind was blowing through the window. He didn't know what to do. Maybe they're right? Maybe I've just been chasing a dream that doesn't belong to me? Then his eyes caught sight of the old notebook on the table. He remembered the line he wrote as a child: "Never stop at the first failure. Because sometimes, the last step brings the miracle." Steve stood up. At that very moment, he decided he would not give up. The next morning, he started working again. 3 days passed, then 5, then a week. Still no customers. But every single day, Steve came to work as if that day might be the one when everything changed. And one day, someone knocked on the door of his workshop. An old man walked in. His name was Mr. Johnson. "Young man, we need some simple wooden benches for the village school. Can you make them?" he asked. Steve said yes, but deep inside, he thought, "Maybe this will be my last order." He worked day and night, carving each piece of wood like a work of art. A few days later, Mr. Johnson came back and said, "Son, you've done this job with heart. My son runs a big company and he's been looking for someone like you." Steve smiled but didn't take the words too seriously. A week later, he received a phone call from Johnson Construction. They offered him a major contract. In less than a year, Steve's small workshop turned into a large manufacturing business. Soon, everyone in the town knew his name. One day, a journalist asked him, "Steve, what's the secret of your success?" He thought for a moment and said, "The secret is simple. When everyone else stops, you keep going. Success often waits just one step beyond failure."